This is War of the Roses on 101.3 KDWB.
War of the Roses is brought to you proudly by CPR Cell Phone Repair. You drop your phone, you get your phone wet, water damage, liquid damage, anything like that, working slow, get it into cell phone repair. I've done it many times myself. Presents red flags in a relationship. He takes the phone outside whenever somebody calls.
He all of a sudden has a lock on his, like a code lock on his phone.
Condoms in his wallet is another one. And this red flag from
big one.
Missy. It seems like a pretty big red flag. Hi, Missy.
Hey, guys.
Talk to me about the red flag with you and Brian that makes you think that you wanted to do War of the Roses.
Well, first off, I listen to this all the time, so I can't believe I'm even doing this. So it's shocking.
So you listen to other people on War of the Roses, and you get all judgy, and you say, "I can't believe these people are on War of the Roses."
Absolutely.
Okay, well.
But here I am.
And here you are.
Yeah.
What's going on?
But, so, my boyfriend, Brian, things have been hot and heavy all the time, beginning of the relationship. But for the past 3 months, he has not wanted to touch me at all. And we went from, sex all the time to, he's not giving it to me at all anymore. And, at all. And it just completely stopped. And I've done things to, try to entice him. I went as far as, the other day, I bought some lingerie and went upstairs and put it on and came downstairs. And he was like, "Oh, babe, no, I'm so tired. I'm not in the mood."
Oh, ouch. That's got to hurt your feelings, whether it's true or not. That's got to hurt your feelings because it'd be kind of like if somebody bought you a great present and you go, "Oh, yeah, I don't really want it."
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. It was horrible. And for another example, I ran at the bath and I got in there and I was like, "Hey, babe, you want to get in here with me?" And he was like, "Oh, no, there's not enough room for two of us." And I'm not a big person at all.
You're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. He just makes up, these excuses. He'll get home from the gym and he's like, "I'm too sweaty. I gotta get in the shower." And I'm like, "Okay, get in the shower." And then he gets out and I'm like, "All right, babe, let's go for it." And he's like, No, I'm too tired."
Oh my God.
That seems so weird because I think most guys would agree that, sometimes they're too tired and sometimes you just, you don't feel like it. And
maybe you're gassy. I don't know.
And it could happen.
But for 3 months, it's pretty unheard of for any guy to turn a girl down for 3 months straight, basically.
What do you think could be what's happening? You definitely think it's another woman, or do you think that maybe he's, I don't know, just really is tired? What do you think's going on?
It has to be another woman. I mean, you guys, we were doing it all the time, and it went from that to nothing at all.
Okay. Well, we can do one thing that might be effective, and that is to call Brian and see, if we pretended to be from his cable company or something and said, "Hey, take this fake survey and we'll send you a dozen roses." Then we'll see who he wants to send roses to. Now, there's nobody else that he would send them to except you. So the only right answer is going to be Missy.
It better be.
Now, let me ask you this one. If you are listening to the show and you're like, "You know what? I had some thoughts on this. This is where you should call us and make a prediction." Is Brian going to send flowers to Missy, or is he cheating and seeing somebody else? And have you ever run into something like this?
Yeah, I was going to say, have you ever experienced this where the guy wasn't? Because I hate saying this because I hate saying, "Oh, it's more common for girls to be the ones that don't want to put out or something." That's just, it's at least a stereotype, though. We've all heard. So, but I mean, have you dealt with it with a guy and then he really wasn't cheating? What was the real reason?
What was the real reason if it wasn't cheating? Yeah, give me a call at 651-989-KDWB. We'll take a couple of phone calls and then we'll call Brian on War of the Roses. Missy, please hold, okay?
Okay.
War of the Roses brought to you by Cell Phone Repair, CPR. See them online at cellphone or CPRfix.com if you broke your phone or got it wet. Is he cheating? He's turned her down for the lovin' for about 3 months. He's too tired. He's too sweaty. He doesn't feel like it. He's not in the mood. What is this? Well, there's a couple of text messages. A lot of people said he could be depressed. Some people say that you get low libido from antidepressants, too. Somebody says we literally do it about 2 times a year. Somebody else says maybe he's got an STD. If he's got an STD, he's going,
God,
boy.
I literally didn't even think about that.
Here's one. Maybe she has bad breath or something. Maybe something is turning him off. Here's one. My husband gets spurts where his depression is really bad, and that's when we start lacking in the sex department. Here's one. Same story with my ex-husband. He was cheating.
Ugh.
But let's take some phone calls and see, what do you think, Angel and Shakopee? Is he going to send her the roses, or is he going to send the roses to somebody else, and why?
Hey, I think he's going to send the roses to Missy, and yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, very good. Christina, good morning.
Good morning.
Who do you think he's going to send the roses to?
I possibly think that he's going to send them to somebody else.
Why do you think so?
A similar issue. It ended up going on for a year, and the guy just turned out to be not interested anymore. And about 6 months into it, he was cheating on me with somebody else.
Okay, so he was cheating. You think he's going to send him to somebody else. Gina in Big Lake, you don't think that he's cheating. What's going on, Gina?
Well, I think that because she didn't give any examples of reasons why, stories, things that he's done that's suspicious.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about giving him the benefit of the doubt and going with that he's probably just really depressed.
Depressed or tired or
Yeah.
just, whatever,
Maybe,
not
yeah.
into it. Okay, last one before we make the phone call. Aaron, where are you calling from, Aaron?
Casson.
Is that in Wisconsin?
No, it's down by Rochester.
I thought I'd heard of every town in Minnesota.
Nope.
Never heard of Casson
Surprise.
before. All right,
It's
so
pretty small.
who is he going to send roses to? What do you think?
I think he's going to send them to her because my husband and I had a similar situation. Like, we were really hot and heavy in the beginning, and then I started getting too serious too fast and talking about moving in together, and he took a huge step back. So maybe she's talking about marriage or something changed that he's just not ready for.
That could be. We're about to find out. By the way, thank you, Aaron, and everybody else who called in. We're going to make the phone call right now to find out on War of the Roses on KDWB.
And we'll get you the dozen long-stem romantic roses as promised, Brian. The first thing we'll need from you is a first and last name. So who would you like to send those out to?
Can I send it to Sydney?
Yes. And if you want to attach a card, you can. What would you like the note to say?
I'll say, just thinking about you.
Okay. Cute.
Hey, Brian, you sound like kind of a laid-back kind of a guy. I hope I don't get you too excited or anything, but you actually just sent your roses to the wrong girl. And what do I mean by that is you should have sent them to your girlfriend, Missy. And who am I?
Good question.
That
Dave.
doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
No. You got to introduce yourself, sir.
Well, it's Dave Ryan on the radio over at KDWB, and that's Fallon. That is not anybody from your cable company. And listening on the phone right now to see who you would send roses to is Missy, your girlfriend.
What is this?
Yeah, it's kind of confusing, but Missy called us, and she wanted us to call you and see if you could send roses to anybody in the country, if you would send them to her, somebody else. And Missy's actually listening in. And Missy, do you want to explain to Brian why you've been suspicious?
Yeah, Brian. I mean, we haven't been having sex, and I don't know why now, because, I mean, who the hell's Sydney? Is that why? Is that why we haven't been having sex? Because you've been having sex with her?
Look, like, Sydney's just a friend. Missy, what is this?
Well, it's weird that you would, when you have a girlfriend and you have a chance to send roses to anybody, that you would choose a friend and then say, thinking of you. I mean, let me go back to the question, not just even my business, but Missy says you guys haven't been intimate in about 3 months. And that's one red flag. And then she wanted to see if you were going to send roses to her. Then you sent them to Sydney, and that's another red flag. And then you say she's just a friend, which is like the oldest line in the book.
Yep.
Do you want to tell us what's really going on?
Yeah, it's been a while since we've had sex. It's just, man, it's like I'm not really looking to have sex with Missy, to be honest. It's something I kind of dread.
Dread?
Yeah, if we're going to just put it out there and you want to call me out like this, then, yeah, she has got this situation of, like, whiteheads down in her bikini, and it's just, like, disgusting. Like, whiteheads all down there, and the
What
thought
the
of,
hell,
like,
Brian?
what's, like, festering down there, man, it is unattractive, and, yeah, there's no way.
Dude, that's because of you, and you want me to, like, shave it completely off. Like, you don't want any hair down there, and because of you, I have to shave it. That's a razor burn.
Wow. Is there any truth to? I mean, you said that there is like a.
No, it's gross down there. she doesn't know how to take care of it right, because I've never seen it like that, honestly.
Okay.
You're such a freaking idiot.
Well, that is kind of a I would have said something if that is, kind of not attractive. And let's face it, it's razor bumps. I think is like the what a lot of us call them, razor bumps. Or
I'm just like so annoyed with him. He's cheating and he's like putting out such personal information.
That is
well, I'm being called out right now. So what am I supposed to do?
Okay.
Well, why didn't you talk to her about it?
You're just breaking
I know
with
if you
her.
can fix that, man. I don't know if you can clean that up. It's not even. It's all I can think of. I can't imagine doing that.
Okay.
So, but that doesn't really make it okay for you to justify going and cheating with Sydney.
I'm not trying to justify anything.
Okay, well, kind of, but okay. Well, I assume, Missy, you have your answer. I'm assuming you're done with this situation, right?
Oh, yeah, completely. Oh, my God. Yeah, we're done.
I don't know why he wouldn't say anything to her to be like, listen, I got to tell you. I mean, I dated a girl years ago, Diane, and Diane had horrible breath,
Yeah.
and in every other way, she was a normal girl, but she would come over, and I wouldn't even want to kiss her because her breath was so bad. I don't remember much more about it. We never really went very far with the whole relationship, but it was kind of like I didn't find that appealing, even if she was like very kind and friendly and hot and whatever. You can't get past bad breath. If you can't get past whatever it is that's a deal breaker for you, BO, not taking a shower, not changing your underpants, but once every 3 weeks, whatever it is, you're not going to want to hook up with that person.
People are saying that he's a pig and a blanking blank bowl, and someone says, what guy wants a woman hairless? Well,
actually, a lot of the time a woman does it because she wants to be.
1998 is over, okay? I mean, let's not even get into that discussion.
Yeah, I know,
That's
but
stupid.
some people, I'm just reading.
People have their preferences, and that's their preferences, and whatever you like.
Someone
is fine.
else says, so gross about I'm guessing
why
the
wouldn't
guy.
you say anything to her?
I know.
If she's like, why won't we have sex? Why not say, I got to tell you, the little whiteheads, it's gross. She'd probably be, you know what?
It's one of those awkward things.
I'll stop shaving. I'll go to a dermatologist. I'll put whatever it is on there, some salve or something, some sort of a balm.
Salve?
A balm, Fallon.
A mask.
I don't know. Final thoughts on War of the Roses.
Someone else says, oh my God, that took a turn I did not expect. What a vicious personal attack on the radio.
Someone said, I don't even believe that there's a problem down there. I think he's just trying to justify his cheating. And that's very possible.
And it is. And that's what War of the Roses is all about. Finding out what's really going on. If you want to do a War of the Roses and find out what's really going on, then send us an email to ryanshow@kdwb.com.